I'm Kate, that's Jamie, and this is Two Dumb Bees.
Join us as we navigate the realms of the supernatural and unravel the quirks of pop culture.
Come scroll with us. When you texted, I was like, I need 15 minutes. I was like, the sun just got to where I like it in the yard. Like, I at least need 10 minutes with this.
Hey, you gotta enjoy your sun time.
Exactly.
Especially when it's at primo spot.
It was so pretty. It's the best time in the yard. But yeah, I was like, yeah, give me 15 minutes. I'll be there. Okay, all. Today we have all kinds of stories from the Olympic Games. So the Olympics this year were more popular than in recent years, in my opinion. I think everybody's kind of feeling that, though.
I think it's because Snoop was there.
And Flava. They were bringing all the fun.
Because the majority of what I saw about the Olympics or like the pictures and whatever, it's been Snoop or Flavor Flav.
Yep. Having a great time. Supporting everybody. It's very cute. They also had quite a few scandals on top of all of the fun, hype, and cuteness. Now, we've covered a few things in previous episodes about the Olympics as they've been going on. And the games have been a mess.
It's been an interesting year for the Olympics, to say the least.
And now I don't know if it was just covered a lot or something this year, but I'm telling you, it wasn't this in last Olympics. So 4 years ago was the first Olympics since COVID. And there wasn't a whole lot happening about that. I think the only thing I remember was like the plumbing was bad or something. I don't know. But everybody was all up on this Olympics. Everybody was like, yeah, I can't wait to go home to watch the Olympics.
And I didn't watch any of it except for like what I've seen afterwards.
What? Oh my gosh, we watched a lot of it. And I'm not like a sports person. And neither is my husband, really. I mean, he'll sometimes get into a sport or whatever and watch it for a while, but we're not enthusiasts by any means. But we were all over the Olympics. It was great. And there's also not a lot of TV. You know what? There's not a lot of TV right now. Maybe that's why. I don't know if you've noticed that. There's like nothing to watch.
Yeah, there's not. I've pretty much, if it's good and it's on Netflix, HBO, Prime, or Paramount, I've seen it.
Yeah, that's how I feel. And I have like all of the streaming services. And I feel like a spoiled little brat when I'm like looking at through endless amounts of TV. And I'm like, I don't want to watch any of this.
There's a really good one that I'm waiting. The new season comes out sometime this fall, and it's on MGM Plus, I think is the app that I downloaded to watch it on. But it's called From. You wouldn't like it, but scary movie fans, scary TV drama fans, you would like it. You would love it. It's terrifying. Horrifying.
Good recommendation. Yeah, I will not be watching. But
Yeah,
for all of you interested in that, have at it. Okay. Back to the Olympics.
Yeah, anyway.
It looks like there's been some drama with a Paraguayan swimmer, Luana Alonso, who allegedly got sent home from the Paris Olympics. They say she was creating an inappropriate atmosphere for her team but Luana is really pushing back against those claims. Luana states, I just wanted to clarify that I was never removed or expelled from anywhere. Stop spreading false information. The 20-year-old wrote on her Instagram story August 5th, as translated by E! News, I don't want to give any statement, but neither am I going to let lies affect me. So, really, nobody knew what was going on. And then she also immediately after this little thing, um, was made a post about like, I'm retiring from swimming. She's only like 19 or something. She's like, I'm not swimming anymore. So it was just kind of weird. And she came back to the games just like to watch, like as a viewer for the rest of it. Like, so she kept coming back, but she wasn't on the team anymore. So there's a lot of like chitter chatter about like what was going on when it was all happening.
Okay.
The head of the committee, Larissa, I'm so bad at the names every time. Sorry. I should really prepare. Larissa Schreiber, I don't know, reportedly shared in a statement to The Sun, her presence is creating an inappropriate atmosphere within Team Paraguay. We thank her for proceeding as instructed, as it was her own free will that she said she did not spend the night in the athletes' village. So they're saying, yes, like we asked her to leave and she left. But this is all accompanied by some messy information preceding the games. So, which before that, only people watching her, she's got about 200,000 followers because she's an influencer too. They're kind of the only people who had the tea. So, Paraguay's Hey newspaper reported that Alonso had told her fans in a live stream well before the Paris Olympics that she didn't really want to represent Paraguay at all. I want to represent the United States more, she said. It said intentions with the team arose from the fact that Alonso only placed to teams whose athletes had not met Olympic qualifying standards. Alonso insisted she could have qualified for herself. So they were filling teams on the Olympics with like college athletes who qualified. So maybe they needed so many people on a team to be on the Olympics. They were like renting out students essentially. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that was the only reason she was there to begin with. And then she was shit talking. At least that's how I'm interpreting it. Luana
Right.
was
And she
removed.
clearly didn't get picked by the team that she wanted to get picked by.
Right. She was just a spot holder.
Got it.
Luana was removed from her team, but there are no clear explanation for it. Some are accusing her of inappropriate dress, which seems unlikely. Oh, I'm sorry. I said she had 200,000 followers. She has 700,000 followers. She's fine. She's not concerned about this, I'm sure. She's like, whatever. I have like so many followers. I don't care.
Right.
And that's pretty much it. That was like one of the first kind of little scandals that came out of the beginning of the Olympics.
You see, I
Yeah.
didn't know anything about that. I know about some of the other stuff that's happened.
I just thought it was interesting. I don't think she gives a shit, which honestly, good for her, whatever. Now, Jamie has something way more fun.
Yes, I'm sure that most of you have seen about the breakdancing. Okay, and Rachel Gunn, the Australian breakdancer known for her kangaroo hop move. So we're going to talk about that because there is a lot of speculation and questioning behind how she made her way to the Olympic stage. Okay. There are questions.
Jamie and I have been obsessed. We can't stop talking about Miss Raygun.
So Rachel is an Australian academic and competitive breakdancer. She is known competitively as Raygun. She is a lecturer in the Department of Media, Communications, Creative Arts, Language, and Literature at the Makerere University Faculty of Arts. And so she has like a degree in dancing.
Gotcha.
She made her way to the Olympics by winning, believe it or not, the Oceania Breaking Championships in Sydney, Australia back in October of 2023.
Oh.
This event is organized by Aus Breaking and Dance Sport Australia. And the event was a competition between the best breakdancers from Australia and New Zealand. And I find it hard to believe that she was among those people.
I wonder, did not everybody know there were tryouts or something?
Well, we'll get to that. Well, we'll get to some speculation
Okay.
behind that because I've read some kind of shady stuff. Allegedly shady stuff. So now after having scored a whopping 0 points for her dance moves, people are wondering how she won this competition back in October, and that has sparked some rumors. Circulating the internet is a rumor that Rachel and her husband both were founders or somehow connected to the organization that held the event. And there is even a petition online which reads, despite the clear talent and qualification of other outstanding female breakdancers like G. Clef and Holy Molly, they were unfairly overlooked. The NTU Long Boys, a group of incredibly talented and underprivileged youth from the Northern Territory, were denied crucial funding by Dr. Gunn to attend the qualifiers, a decision that directly impacted their chance to showcase their skills on a national stage.
What?
Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
The petition goes on to accuse the Australian Olympic Committee president, Anna Meares, and Rachel of misleading the Australian public and attempting to gaslight the public and undermining the efforts of genuine athletes. This petition was posted by an anonymous person that goes by the name Someone Who Hates Corruption. But this petition has gained over 40,000 signatures. Anna Meares responded, telling reporters, I love Rachel. What has occurred on social media with trolls and keyboard warriors and taking those comments and giving them airtime has been really disappointing. Raygun is an absolutely loved member of this Olympic team. She has represented the Olympic team, the Olympic spirit, with great enthusiasm. And I absolutely love her courage. I love her character, and I feel very disappointed for her that she has come under the attack that she has. The Aus Breaking Committee has also chimed in, basically saying that there had been a panel of 9 judges, a head judge, and a chairperson that oversaw the qualifying event in Sydney, and those judges used the same standards and judging system as the Paris Games, and that they are trained to be impartial.
Yeah, and there was a lot of chatter online about how she was scored.
Right. while I will agree her moves were not the best, she's being kind of bullied. She's being absolutely roasted in social media. Okay? She is a target. Okay? Um in which I guess I don't know if I think that she deserves that target or not, cuz if you are to believe the petition and that potentially some really good, talented, underprivileged youths were denied this opportunity for her, that's a little concerning to me. But now we're going to
Right.
hear from a breakdancer from the Bronx, okay? And I have been waiting for somebody from New York City to chime in or anyway, okay. So his name is Richard Colin, aka Crazy Legs, and he is calling for an investigation into the Olympic governing body that allowed Ray Gunn to compete in the Paris Olympics with such an embarrassing lack of skills. Okay.
Oops.
Uh, Richard said the dancer should have been better vetted by officials before making a laughing stock of the sport as it debuted on the world stage. And a lot of this I pulled straight from the New York Post, and this is
Okay.
a direct quote from him for them. He said there should be an investigation into why World Dance Sport Federation allowed this to happen. They should have required a certain level of expertise to be at the Olympics. He also says breaking comes from a culture of people who have lived a difficult life. So when we see something like that, we're like, yo, is that a joke? Maybe it's a hobby for her and that's fine. Do your thing, girl. Have fun. But you're on the wrong stage. You can't just go in there and disrupt a whole culture of people.
Yeah.
And that is a thing. And that is, I will say that is something like breakdancers from the Bronx. If you watch them, their whole heart and soul is into that shit. Okay.
Right.
Like it is good. You feel it. Even if you can't dance like me. I could never, but I don't know, she didn't have any passion. Rachel does say that because she put out a post and she said that she worked her butt off training, um, and that she took it very seriously. She said that she was devastated about all of the hate she had received, and that all she wanted to do was make people happy.
Well, I can see why everybody's mad though, because when they announce the next Olympics or whatever, they're like, there will be no more breakdancing. Because after this, they were like, absolutely not.
Okay,
S-
well, okay, let me just touch on that for a second because I
Okay.
was watching TikToks that Richard Colin did, or actually they were reels on YouTube, but in one of them he does say that um uh, breakdancing was not on it was not chosen for the 2028 Olympics, and that was decided before
Oh,
the breakdancing ever happened in Paris. Like that was decided way in advance that they weren't going to do that at the 2028 Olympics.
do they not do all the sports every Olympics? Do they alternate sports?
I guess not.
Huh.
Or
That's
like, yeah, I guess they
interesting.
do. Maybe they petition to have some stuff put in, and other places can decide if they don't want to have that in. I guess I don't know how that works.
Me either. Cool. I didn't know that. I mean, not that we know, but that's interesting that they're just like, well, it was just never a thing to begin with.
Yeah, if somebody watching knows and wants to put that in the comments, that would be super
Yeah.
cool. Let us know if you know, because I don't know anything about how the
No.
Olympics does anything.
Yeah. How it be Olympic King.
All right. So one of the judges from the Paris Olympics did say that they were using a comparative judging system. Her competitors were just better, but it doesn't mean that she did really bad. she did her best. She was representing Australia and Oceania and did her best. She won the Oceania qualifier officially. If some people are wondering how she got into the Olympic Games, she qualified from her region. Unfortunately for her, the other B girls were better, and that's why she didn't score any votes in her rounds. I think it's a stretch to say that she didn't do really, really bad because
She did.
it was not good.
I mean, she got there. And I was under the impression she was the only person up for Australia. I didn't know she had a whole team, which really makes this more questionable because when I thought that it was just one lady and that was all they had, which I guess I don't know why I would have thought that. Um but to me that's what made more sense as to why she was there. um
Right. No, it seems like some really good athletes or
hmm,
really good dancers were overlooked so that she could do that.
yeah. Yep. That seems really, I don't know. This is all, we don't know anything. There's no real investigations or anything as of yet that we actually know of, just to be clear. Unfortunately for her, she cannot get away from the memes. All of the memes of her are so funny.
They're so funny.
They're they when I said me and Jamie can't listen, we're not posting them publicly, okay? But we are sending them to each other nonstop, endlessly. It's an obsession. I can't help it because everyone I see makes me laugh out loud.
And you need to see it too.
Oh, they're so funny. We're going to talk about Jordan Childs, and I am going to do my best to break this down because it's a little messy. So,
Got it.
most of the girlies were here for the gymnastics this year, right? I can hear people yelling outside. Sorry.
It's okay. I came down here to get away from my cat and he's steadily throwing himself at the door.
Do you not know that reference, Jamie,
Oh, no.
from Crank Anchors?
I don't know what that is.
What?
I don't know
It's
what
like
that is.
it's like Adam Sandler way early in his career, and there was a show called Crank Anchors and it was a bunch of puppets. And but it was voice record, or they would record them prank calling them. So like having professional comedians call people and fucking prank call them. And this, oh, I shouldn't even. Adam Sandler does the accent of an Indian gentleman, and it's like, you kick my dog, you kick my dog. And it's I don't know, seared into my millennial brain. I can't believe you've never heard of it. Okay, I don't even know where we were. So
Let's just
most of
start over with Jordan Childs.
yeah, we're gonna talk about Jordan Childs here. Now, as far as I'm concerned, most of the girls were here to watch gymnastics. Okay, it was a big deal for all of us girlies on the internet. We were here for it. They had they had the cutest freaking leotards. They're super shiny. They were like the most expensive ones, and they had like Beyonce dressing up in. It was just it was beautiful, right? So everything starts out awesome, right? Women's Olympics, the women's U.S. gymnastics team, like everybody's freaking hype to watch them dominate, and that's what they were doing. And they were all the girls, no matter where they were from, everybody was cheering each other on. It didn't matter if they were on different teams. It was really wholesome and cute. Uh, there was the first all black Olympic gymnasts podium, which that's super awesome too. Like, again, off to a beautiful start for the women's gymnastic team. Now, then the controversy started with some judging. Originally, they gave Jordan Childs 5th place in floor. And that was not right. So the team appealed it, and apparently this is pretty standard practice based on what I've read. So they're like, you're right, cool. Now you have a 3rd. But actually, that is not the case. Yeah.
Can they make up our minds?
Right, exactly. It's like, you can't, what are we doing here? So they're taking the medal from Anna Barbosu. Excuse me. A Romanian gymnast. So this is now affecting other gymnasts, and we have to remember there's somebody in 4th place too, which was Maneka. We're gonna go with Maneka. And she's being recognized as a medalist by her country. And they're calling this whole thing an injustice. So 3rd, 4th, and 5th place are all up in the air. The woman in 4th place, Maneka, they're questioning her score too, saying it was controversial with a score of 13.7, where she was unjustly penalized for stepping out of bounds. Had the deduction not been taken, she would have received a 13.8, which would have been enough for a bronze medal. So you have 3 people now battling it out for the bronze. So now, before they even took it away from Jordan, because it had been a couple of days later that they decided that they were going to take her 3rd place away. So by all means, she believes she leaves the Olympics, has the 3rd place medal, goes on USA Today with the 3rd place medal, and then they give it back to the Romanian gymnast.
See, that's where I kind of have my boggle with it, because if you're gonna make the call
Yeah.
at the end of the day. I think once you send the finalists home with their medal, if you made a bad call, tough. You've already sent them home with the medal.
Yeah. It's over. The Court of Arbitration ends up ruling the US team put in their inquiry. Whoa. The Court of Arbitration ends up ruling the US team put in their inquiry 4 seconds after the deadline to submit and revoked her 3rd place. The US is now claiming that they have video evidence that this isn't true, and they put in their request at 44 seconds, but they deny the reopening of the case. So they're just like, nope, doesn't matter. Now they want to put their foot down. You should have just done it to begin with. Should have left it. That's what
Right.
happens. Childs is now the only Olympian to have a medal stripped because of an administrative error.
Hmm?
The U.S. Gymnastics made this statement. USA Gymnastics was notified by the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CAS, on Monday, August 13th, that their rules do not allow for an arbitrational arbitral award to be reconsidered even when conclusive new evidence is presented.
Huh. So kind of how you like flip flop the medal back from Jordan after the fact.
Jordan and Anna, yeah. Rude.
Well, they flip flopped it from Anna when it was when
Yes.
they contested it, but
Yeah. But now Anna has it now. And they're like, nope, that's hers. We are deeply disappointed by the notification and will continue to pursue every possible avenue and appeal process, including to the Swiss Federal Tribunal, to ensure the just scoring, placement, and medal award for Jordan. Child wrote in an Instagram post, I have no words. This decision feels unjust and comes as a significant blow, not to just me, but to everyone who has championed my journey. To add to the heartbreak, an unprompted, racially driven attack on social media are wrong and extremely hurtful. I've poured my heart and soul into this sport, and I am so proud to represent my culture and my country. That sucks. People were just like coming for her during this whole thing. And that's so sad.
yeah. Well, and I feel like with all of these Olympic stories, everybody's got a lot to say, and not a lot of it is nice.
Yeah, seriously. I do not know. And a lot of other countries are like, stop putting your ideas onto us. And I agree. Like, what? It's not all just one or the other. Like, everything's just a little silly right now. Calm down. Stop hating. Bunch of haters.
Right, knowing everybody on their couch eating popcorn couldn't do anything that any of these athletes are doing anyway.
Right.
So bold of you to have an opinion about what any of them are doing. As we
Now,
sit here and give our opinions
I
from
know.
our
I
heads.
was just thinking the same thing, but we're not saying that she's a terrible person and she didn't deserve it. You know? Jeez.
No, and I saw that you did have the name of the person who actually won the
Anna.
gymnastics.
Yeah.
No, the gold medal winner.
Oh, yes.
Can we touch
She
on
was
that?
from
Because
Brazil. Go ahead.
I just want to touch on that, and I also forgot that I had the name of the winner of the breakdancing competition, because I feel like a lot
Oh,
of
perfect.
these
Yeah.
winners are getting overshadowed by the controversy of the other players, and they're not getting to have their 15 minutes in fame because of all of this debacle going on.
Okay, you're so right. So the gold medal on the floor was won by Brazil's Rebecca Andre with 14.166, with Simone Biles of the US claiming the silver with 14.133. Yay!
So the winner of the breakdancing was Amy Yuasa, also known as B Girl Amy from Japan. She won the first ever Olympic gold medal in breakdancing. So, congratulations to you, homegirl.
Heck yes. Stop that, Carl. We're trying to celebrate gold medalist women over here, buddy. Take it more
Just like a
seriously.
man to try to overshadow it.
Right, a grumpy old furry man.
'Cause I did an Olympic related fun fact.
Heck yeah. Hit it
The
with us.
swimmers, actually just one Denmark swimmer contracted E. coli swimming in the sill, and I don't know why they decided to do it. Because from my understanding, the water, it's like not clean, it's dirty. Even the people that are like from France were like, why are we having all of these contestants swimming in here? But yeah, one guy from Denmark got E. coli from swimming in there, and then I know some of the other countries pulled their players from the competition. So
That's no
don't swim in
good.
the sill.
I know that E. coli holds a really near and dear place in your heart.
Yes. It's not just the water in France. Turns out it's the water all over.
It can
You
happen
might get it. I
anywhere.
didn't get it, but I swam in some water and then read later that day that like just after me and my friend had been swimming that the water levels tested really high for E. coli and they closed the beaches down. And so then we spent 72 hours waiting to see if we were gonna like throw up or crap our pants or something.
I'm glad that that didn't happen to you, though. That's good.
Oh, me too. I was concerned. In fact, we read on because it said if you go swimming in E. coli contaminated water, it can present as like a skin rash. So like I'm driving home that night and then I was itching my hand and then it was all
Stop.
red and then it was red and itchy and I was like, "Oh my god, it's the E. coli rash." So dramatic.
You stub your toe. Oh my God, it's that E. coli.
Literally. Every time my tummy twinged, I was like, "Oh, here it comes."
I don't blame you though. I think that's completely normal.
Anyway, we're ready for a positive note from the Olympics. Do tell.
Okay, now let us bask in the good times, right? There were still plenty of great moments that weren't so depressing. The US Olympics women's basketball team won its 8th gold medal. Very exciting.
Woohoo.
There was that cute little Norwegian swimmer, Henrik Christensen, who was obsessed with the Olympic chocolate muffins. He posted many a TikTok about it, and it definitely made me want a chocolate muffin. Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart in matching riding outfits. Slay.
I have to say that Snoop dressed in full equestrian mode was unexpected.
It was slick as hell. He looked great.
Oh, he looked so good.
100 stars. All the stars. 1,000,000 out of 10.
Okay, but Snoop looks good in anything.
I know. He's too like demure and mindful. Very demure,
Yes.
very mindful. Snoop has that down. So does the Olympic Turkish shooter guy. Him too.
Okay, I didn't see him.
What? The dude, he was like, had the Glock just sideways. He didn't have none of the fancy stuff. He was just hand in pocket. Boom, boom.
No, but I know what I'll be looking up on YouTube after this.
I can't believe you missed it. He was looking cool as hell. And then, last but not least, we cannot leave him out, although I left out his name. I guess they probably know his name. The French pole vaulter, whose dong was just so big and couldn't get over that bar, just stopped him right in his tracks. Boom.
He took out the pole with his pole.
That was great.
And we all got to see every angle of it in slow motion. But the poor guy, because I can't imagine like waking up the next day and just seeing my Wang wagon in slow motion on every app that you pull up. Oh my gosh, it was everywhere.
It was everywhere. And it still is. It's not going away. I hope he gets an OnlyFans. He's going to make so much money. Get your bag, buddy.
Well,
Do
I
it.
hope next time he like tapes his Johnson down or something.
Right. You gotta think like the amount of times he's like been doing this, if he's going to the Olympics, this has never happened to him before.
Right.
Like, there's no way he
Didn't
had to.
know to
What
come prepared.
he had to have known. Maybe this was all a ploy for his OnlyFans.
Okay, well,
I just have a hard time believing that you've never moved in that specific way while doing the thing that you do all the time. I don't know. Or maybe it came loose. Maybe he did have it down in it. Got out of
just
its
thinking about his
restraints.
OnlyFans. You think he'd be pole vaulting into that punani?
I can't. My face hurts. Pole vaulting into that punani. All right. Well, on that note, like, comment, and subscribe.
And share.
Oh, this was a fun one, though. I had a great time. We'll see you all next time.